So, Transco, pwede bang malaman ko sa inyo kung alam niyo pa rin na is this true that the tax earnings by the government from Transco prior to privatization average at 9.5 billion per year? Do you have any knowledge about
Mr.
this?
Chair, we don't have the exact or the data right now, but we started paying corporate income tax. I'm not sure if that was 2007 or, but definitely during the second regulatory period.
Sige po, Attorney Matibag, kasi you were a former president of the CEO. So, do you recall that prior to the privatization, kailan po ba kayo naging Transco president?
2017 po to 2000.
2017. I'm sure na-encounter niyo po yung binabayad ng Transco sa gobyerno.
Yes, we are paying corporate tax.
How much?
Hindi ko na, kasi nung pumasok nga ako, NGCP na rin noon, no, yung 3% for na ano nila na binabayaran na franchise tax, no. Pero to my recollection, we made the projection at that time kung nagtuloy-tuloy yung Transco's projected corporate income tax na babayaran from 2009 to 2034, which is the concession period. We done this projection nung nandun ako is 108.8 billion.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, yung aking, paki-ano nga yung page 10? Kasi sa page 10 na aking pong pinapresent, it's also 108.8 billion. So, galing sa Transco to. So, yung binabayaran naman natin na corporate income tax per year, 9.5. Pero sa NGCP, yung projected franchise tax po natin from 2009 to 2024, 16.3 billion lang. Ngayon, ang tanong, ito po bang 3% franchise tax nyo ay binabayad nyo mula sa inyo or binabayad, kinukuha natin sa consumer? Attorney. Yung po 3% franchise tax po natin, saan po natin kinukuha? Sa sarili nyo kita or sa consumer?
We're paying it ourselves, the 3% franchise tax as we speak. We're paying it ourselves, Mr. Chairman.
So, mula po nang nabigay ng concession agreement po sa inyo, ay hindi nyo po sinisingil ang franchise tax sa consumer?
Okay, I have to qualify my answer, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, you have to.
During
Because
the
you're under
third-
oath.
Yeah.
Tandaan
Yes,
po
Mr.
ninyo.
Chairman, yeah.
Sige po.
During the third regulatory period, we were allowed by the ERC to pass that on to our consumers,
Correct.
the franchise tax.
Correct. Resolution number 7 of 2009 allowed you.
Allowed us.
Allowed
and we
you.
did that up to the
Yes.
time that ERC issued another resolution saying that it should be suspended, and we did suspend that.
Yeah, correct.
And henceforth, Mr. Chairman, we remitted the payments directly to the BIR.
Thank you for that, for being so honest, no? Kasi a while ago, parang gusto mong...
No, I didn't get
I
correctly.
hope mali lang yung aking assumption. Pero parang gusto nyo umiwas na hindi
No.
Okay,
No.
very thankful tayo dyan. As a matter of fact, talagang nung 2009, resolution number 7, ay sinabi ng ERC, okay? Pwede nang i-charge yan. Tag-charge na lang natin sa taong bayan, 3%. At hanggang 2023, resolution number 10, nag-decide si Mona Lisa, together with the commissioner, hindi pwede yan. Kailangan hindi i-charge sa tao yung 3% franchise tax. Responsibilidad dyan ng NGCP. Imagine, wala nang kakayong corporate income tax. Pati franchise tax, i-charge nyo rin sa consumer. Di ba? Napakaswerte nyo. Hindi nyo kasalanan. Nagdesisyon ng ERC eh. Hindi nyo kasalanan. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, hindi nyo kasalanan yung mga sinasabi ko ngayon eh. Kasalanan nila.
Okay.
Di ba? Inalaw kayo eh. Now, ang tanong, dahil sinasabi po ng ERC, hindi dapat i-charge yun sa consumer eh. Kasi franchise tax yun sa inyo na nga in lieu of all the taxes. Wala na nga kayong babayaran eh. 3% franchise tax na lang eh. Hindi pa natin, chinarge pa natin sa taong bayan. Tanong, sir. Since sinabi po nila na nakukorek kasi ang error eh. Doon sa ERC, nakukorek yan eh. Pwede ba nating ibalik sa taong bayan yung 3% na franchise tax? Kasi sabi nila, hindi pwede to eh. Di ba? Ang sabi, magkailangan po reasonable and with kailangan may justice eh, di ba? Being high profitable entity. Sabi nga ni Attorney Mucha, high profit ang NGCP. Ano ba naman yung 3% na franchise tax na ibabalik natin sa taong bayan? Siguro naman hindi naman po napakalaki nun. Pwede po ba natin ibalik sa taong bayan?
So, well, Mr. Chairman, I regret to answer that at the moment. I need to see whatever resolution the ERC would issue, then we would take the appropriate action after receipt of that decision.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Mr. Chairman.
Sunod po tayo sa susunod na slide. Mr. Chairman, hindi lang naman po ito yung nawawala sa atin. Again, hindi nyo na naman kasalanan to. Kasalanan na naman ng ERC to. Alam mo, yung mga taga-ERC, maraming mga kalokohang ginawa dito. Kaya, alam mo, hindi lahat. Hindi lahat. Maraming matitino dyan. Alam na alam ko kung sino matitino dyan at sino yung mga masasama dyan. And even the employees of the ERC, mababait po sila. Pero may mga ano dyan, may mga ibang tao na hindi na nakukonsensya. Basta kumita lang. Now, ang tanong ko, sa government, aside sa losses natin sa 3% franchise tax of the concession, ito pong tinatawag nating interest income and yung interest income taxes. Kasi yung ating mga income, merong mga interest yan, mga savings, loans, bonds, merong interest yan eh. At sabi sa concession agreement, accepted yung interest. And we are losing like 1.8 billion for the 25 years. Ayan yung mga losses natin, no? Makikita nyo. Kasi yung interest income tax, may interest po yun eh, yung mga savings loans eh. Saka mga bonds po natin. So, practically, in-exempted kayo sa lahat ng taxes. Nakuha niyo po ba? Napakaswerte niyo po talaga eh. I mean, hindi niyo kasalanan again. Kasalanan ng gobyerno. And that's the reason why we're here. Para maayos po natin yung mga repeal or amendments of the concession agreement or the EPIRA or the franchise law. Yun po yung purpose natin. And we have nothing against you. Okay, trabaho lang po to. Punta po tayo sa next page. Page 12. Tama yun na dinig ko kay Atty. Matibag that prior to the privatization, 15 billion annually from cash surplus to NPC ay nire-remit po ng Transco. Now, ang tanong ko, sa Transco, during that time ng 2005, kasi I just wanted to be educated on this, kung totoo po bang naging debt-free tayo. Kasi itong nakita kong dokumentong ito, for the year 2005, sinasabi nila, nagre-remit kayo ng 15 billion. Kaya nga, nung nagsalita si Atty. Matibag, nagulat ako. Parang totoo pala to. So, totoo ba na nagre-remit na kayo prior to the privatization? At ang PISAM, no longer secured loans for Transco to finance its separation and capital expenditures since 2005. CAPEX were sourced from its internal cash generation. So, nagagawa na ng Transco yung trabaho niya. Nakakapag-remit pa sa gobyerno ng 15 billion. Ay, what's the essence of the concession agreement with NGCP? Kung nagre-remit na pala kayo ng 15 billion. Correct? So, meaning, ang bigat ng ginawa ng gobyerno during the time. Tanong, sir, can you kindly confirm to me that we are really remitting 15 billion a year sa government as surplus? Surplus, ha? Ibig sabihin, nakapag-operate ng Transco. Do you have a knowledge about this? At tinagurian tayong crown jewel dahil ang laki ng binibigay niyo sa gobyerno. 15 billion ba naman, surplus? O next page, para makita nyo. Ayan, 14.7 billion to be exact. The Transco cash surplus. At ang NGCP, yung mga deferred payments natin, 13.8 billion. The projected average annual cash surplus of the Transco is 14.7 billion, which is higher. Mas mataas pa tayo doon sa deferred payments ng NGCP. Bakit tayo nag-concession agreement? Again, hindi po ninyo kasalanan. Punta po tayo sa page 15. Hindi masagot ng Transco eh. Pero sana ma-research po nyo yan. Bigyan ko kayo ng copy nito para at least malaman po natin kung may yung veracity. And I wanted to find out sa ano rin po sa I think DBM or sa GOCC, yung sino bang head ng GOCC ngayon? Can we invite the GOCC in the next time, Mr. Chairman? Okay.